Any comments from council?
I do, yes. Let's talk about it. This is important and this is huge.
Knox, if you're here, okay, you take this mic here and talk a little bit about the hard work that y'all put in over the years and how Monroe is playing its role in this initiative.
All right, thank you, Mayor, Council. Thank y'all for allowing me to come address you today. I'm Knox Ross. I'm the chairman of the Southern Rail Commission. The Southern Rail Commission is a three-state compact between the states of Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi, where all 6 commissioners from each state that are appointed by our governors, so we're all gubernatorial appointees. Some of you have met John Spain, who's my counterpart in Louisiana. He's been up and visited with y'all several times. We are not compensated for our work, so I'm not here selling y'all anything. And that is kind of unusual, I guess. I mean, the guy shows up in a suit, he's usually selling something. So we have been working, probably different people, for 30 years to work on Amtrak service between Meridian and Dallas-Fort Worth, where the crescent that runs from New Orleans to New York would split and serve our cities across Mississippi and North Louisiana and connect them to the west with Dallas and Fort Worth. Because of the recent passage of the IIJA, the infrastructure bill that people talk about, we have a unique opportunity to move the service forward. And what makes it really unique is Senator Bill Cassidy in Louisiana and Senator Roger Wicker in Mississippi supported the infrastructure bill. So the administration wants to help them. So they have a great relationship there where you've got people that don't. And so it puts our states in a unique position to have people that are working together to see this done. So within that, there are a couple things going on. The first thing is Louisiana DOTD, with the support of Mississippi DOT, has applied for a CRISI grant to do the planning and study of what has to be done across the I-20 corridor. That's underway now. We're waiting for that award, which should come probably by summer, if not before. The second piece of that puzzle, with the encouragement of Senator Cassidy, this has been, I think, one of his main projects. I'll tell you that myself and our policy advisor, John Robert Smith, who will be speaking here in Monroe in a couple of nights, met with Senator Cassidy's staff Friday and went over exactly what needs to be done and the path forward. And Senator Cassidy has taken a personal interest in it. So we are in a unique position to move forward. So what we've been working with Mayor Ellis and Mayor Arsenault and Ronnie Walker and Mayor Flaggs in Vicksburg is a 4-city grant proposal for federal state grant program that is now, there's about $4.5 billion within that. And we are modeling this after a recent, very successful effort that we helped the cities of Gonzales, Louisiana, and Baton Rouge put together a RAISE grant that actually the city of Gonzales led to build station structures in their 2 cities. It was very successful. And the other thing I would tell you in all of that is we learned that the state of Louisiana is an excellent opportunity. You've got Mitch Landrieu, who's overseeing all of that. We're able to meet with his staff. You've got Bill Cassidy, obviously. You've got Julia Letlow, who is very supportive of what we're trying to do and is rising quickly in the House. You've got Gary Graves, who is very supportive of what we're doing. He's rising quickly in the House. And Mike Johnson has even indicated support for this. So we have a real bipartisan group of people with the administration. You have Louisiana people. On the other side, you have Louisiana people. So I emphasize this is a unique period of time we can do this. So what we're helping the consortium of the 4 cities with is applying for a federal state partnership grant to do station improvements and also maybe expanding that into the total track work. Not that the city of Monroe will be responsible for that, but each city would have their own station, but with a unique situation where 4 cities can come together to make the grant so much more compelling than just if the city of Monroe were doing it, or the city of Shreveport were doing it, or Ruston were doing it. So it makes a lot of sense. We had a great meeting that Friday had last attended last Thursday in Jackson that was hosted by Mississippi DOT with the Federal Railroad Administration. We had the long distance chief for Amtrak there and some other Amtrak folks. At that meeting, and before that, I was able to meet privately with Meet Bose, the Federal Railroad Administrator. And he and the administration are very interested in this service. He stated publicly in the meeting that they look at the I-20 as something that they want to see done. And when you've got administration that wants it done, when you've got the senior citizen of Louisiana that wants it done, when you've got the senior senator from Mississippi and the junior senator from Mississippi, I won't leave Senator Hotspur. She came to Monroe personally in November to attend the meeting at ULM talking about this. So this is a great opportunity for all of us. We've got, I think it's the best opportunity we've ever had to do this. Amtrak's going to issue a letter of support for this. So, I mean, everybody wants to see it done. We've got some work to do. I mean, I'm not telling you the train's coming tomorrow, but you've got all of that. And the other piece of this puzzle, I think is probably the most important thing, is the Canadian Pacific Kansas City Southern merger. Canadian Pacific is the #1 carrier for Amtrak in the country. They have a written agreement with Amtrak that within 2 years they'll do a study on what has to be done with the idea of implementing service within 2 years of the close of the merger, which we believe will be in the next few months. So this is real. I mean, it's a real opportunity. I mean, there are no guarantees in this, but it's a real opportunity that we need to set ourselves up for. And as a rail commission, we reform our Congress. We have the authority to work with the city and the other cities to do that. We actually represent the governors of our states. We represent Governor Edwards and Governor Reeves of Mississippi. So we have the ability to make this happen. And you have a city and Mayor Ellis who has taken the lead in seeing this done. And I think it can have a huge impact. Just like tonight, when you have these young people that are putting together a restaurant for downtown Monroe. When I was here last time, Mayor Ellis took me around and showed me with Representative Eccles and others exactly what's going on in the city, and it's quite remarkable. The development that you all are having downtown, that y'all are leading the way on that and this is exactly what you need to kick that off and to make that work. So we stand ready to work with the city and work with all of our cities in North Louisiana to see this done. And we encourage you to participate in it and work forward for a better North Louisiana. It's a real opportunity for us.
Yeah, and to add on to that, Knox, and with the council, if you remember a few months ago, we brought on CSR to help us manage these grants. We didn't let our own capacity within our own grant writing department to be able to be tapped out as far as our resources go. And so you've got a great team, not only with Southern Rail Commission, Transportation for America. Most of these guys that sit on there have been either council members themselves and or mayors of cities. What's really unique about this is that everybody's train stations are in their historic downtowns that will be able to have people to spill out from the stations to be able to eat at restaurants and shop at shops and do the things that they need to do. Ruston has a really compelling story because they have 1 of 3 schools for the blind in the nation and could be really a model on how people who are visually impaired interact and interface with public transit. And so that, and not only that, it's connecting our universities here from Grambling to Tech to ULM, even all the way to Mississippi, our research corridors, what it means to workforce, and as we try to, recruit folks, it's a big opportunity. I personally want to say thank you all for helping me wade through this because it's a big lift and it's a lot to learn. I think sitting through all those the Surface Transportation Board meetings, I learned a lot more about rail than I should know. But it's been a learning experience, and I want to say thank you all for your dedication and your help and then helping us move this project forward.
I'd be happy to answer any question you have. Or I did want to point out, I'm from Mississippi, but all 3 of my pharmacists in my small town are all ULM graduates. And I'm still living, so I mean, I really
just have one comment.
Yes,
I just want to thank you for all the hard work. Personally, I'm very excited about the project, because I think my fellow council members are as well. We've learned a lot about it over the last several months as well. Not as educated as the mayor is, but we're learning, and everything we've heard is very exciting. And we have participated in some of those meetings and met the people, and it would be a wonderful thing for our community to have that service once again, as it did many years ago.
I agree. I mean, and I think just tonight, talking about the young people that were making the restaurant, this is exactly what makes those things go. And what makes all the plans that you all have for your downtown go is being able to bring people to them. It has a real